Well, it's time now for our daily fact-checking show, Truth or Fake. Vedika Behel joins me in the studio. Hi, Vedika. So we're staying with this story. As we've been mentioning, Donald Trump ambushed Ramaphosa with a clip and news articles that allegedly proved that there is a white genocide against South African farmers. But some of the elements that he showed are, in fact, misleading. Tell us more.
That's right, Yinka. I think we've all seen the video by now of President Trump insisting to President Ramaphosa that there is a genocide taking place against white Afrikaner farmers in South Africa, despite Ramaphosa's effort to fact-check. Trump demanded to dim the lights and roll the clip. He even brandished a stack of printed news articles that he said documents that persecution. But despite all of that alleged proof, Trump has misrepresented the fact here. I want to start with these articles in particular. At one point, the US president flipped through his paperwork. He says death, death, death on each page. He says that these were all published in the last few days, and that one headline and that all the headlines show white farmers being buried. Now, at one point in particular, he held up a headline to the camera here. We can see the headline clearly. It says, "Let's talk about Africa, which is where tribalism takes you," published by a blog called The American Thinker. There's also a thumbnail here of bodies being buried as well. Now, this article that he's holding is still online. It's pretty easily findable. And unlike what he said about this all being in the last few days, this blog post is not. It's dated February 13th earlier this year. As for the image that he said there shows white farmers being buried, this is not even in South Africa. This is actually an image of aid workers burying bodies in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Now, how do we know that? Well, it's pretty clear, linked here at the bottom in the blog post itself. It says image, YouTube screen grab. Pretty easy to click on the link and it takes us straight there to a report published by Indian media WION using Reuters footage showing women being buried following a mass jailbreak in Goma. So not South Africa, Yinka, but the DRC. And it is a story that is months old as well, unlike what Trump claimed in his meeting.
And Vedika, Trump also was very keen to show that alleged video proof to President Ramaphosa as well. Talk us through how accurate that video was.
Yes, that's right. Trump was pretty keen to roll his compilation clip. Well, it started out with archive footage of Julius Malema, who is a South African black nationalist politician. That's possibly why President Ramaphosa stifled a slight smile when he heard that voice ring out, because it is a voice that he recognizes. Now, Malema previously led the ruling ANC party's youth wing, but he was expelled around 2020. He has never held an official government position, despite Trump's misconception there. He now leads a minority party in South Africa called the Economic Freedom Fighters. And President Ramaphosa did reiterate this to Trump, that he is very much a minority with no executive role, and this has nothing to do with his government's official policy. Now, later in that compilation clip, there's also a video, an archive video of the former president, Jacob Zuma, singing a controversial apartheid-era song that includes the lyric, "Shoot the Boer," the Boers of which, the descendants of which are the white Afrikaners in South Africa. Now, this is a controversial song. The ANC did promise to stop singing the song after that. Now, Trump said in this meeting that those singing were officials in office, but this is simply not true. This video is well over 10 years old with no officials in office shown. Again, Ramaphosa did tell Trump directly in the meeting that these videos, these speeches, these rallies in his compilation have little to nothing to do with the way he runs his government. Now, I want to turn to the final video in Trump's compilation there. It shows white crosses lining a rural highway. Let me bring that up so you can see that better. But this is the video that the president played for President Ramaphosa. Trump said that this shows burial sites of over 1,000 white farmers, with each cross representing a different farmer that was killed. But these are not graves at all. According to local news, this was in fact from a protest in 2020, so 5 years ago now, in memorial for a white farming couple that was killed in their home, according to the police report. According to the Google Street View, dated from 2023, we can see that these have been removed and that they no longer exist. Now, Elon Musk did post this video twice on his platform X in the last 6 months. We can see him sharing that video as well. Now, overall, Trump's compilation does mislead that there is a wave of anti-white hate and white genocide taking place in South Africa. And while the country does have a very high murder rate, it's around an average of 72 people a day in a country that has a population of 60 million people. Most of these victims are black. And I just want to end with these figures from the South African Police Service from 2024. They recorded over 26,000 murders in 2024. 44 of these were within the farming community, and out of that, only 8 of those were farmers, Yinka. So I think that's a good point for us to end that.